What is up, guys? Destined Duelist here, back with another deck profile for you guys today. And today will be my Infernoid deck profile. I worked hard on this deck. This deck did get hit, obviously, there's a lot that's been hit for like just regular support cards, but I feel like this deck is still good. It still can definitely make some plays. So this is gonna be a pure Infernoid deck. Not running like all the light swing cards and whatnot. I like it better this way. Um, because some of the void spells and traps just lock you into summoning Infernoid monsters. So I don't want that to be a problem. And I've looked at some of the void spells and traps, and they're really good. So So without further ado, guys, let me get into this deck profile. As always, I will explain my card choices, pretty much why I play every single card. But yeah, let's get into it. So first you start off with 3 copies of Infernoid Decatron. Your only normal summon for Infernoids. It's your only monster that you can just normal or special summon without banishing something else. And Decatron obviously is at 3 because it's the most important one. It's the one that ditches out any Infernoid monsters. It's your tuner. And it being your only normal summon makes it even more important in that aspect as well. So you have to see your Decatron. You want to ditch off a lot of... The ideal is that you want to ditch off a lot of Infernoid monsters with reasoning and you get Decatron as the target. That's the ideal. Next, we'll get into the other Infernoid monsters. We play 3 Infernoid Armor deck. Infernoids are an archetype where they go from the ground up, meaning that goes all the way from levels 1 to 10. So each other Infernoid monster is a higher level than the last. Makes them not good for exceeds, but that's not the point of the deck anyways. So our deck is a level 3. So the small ones, like Harmonic, only require to banish 1. When you get to the medium, like 5 to 8, 2. And then when you get to 9 and 10, 3. So that's how it works. Harmonic is really important because, like I said, he blows up monsters. And it's one of the easier ones to summon. You really want to use this one to get into your Link and your synchro plays and whatnot. 3 copies of Infernoid Petrulia. Back row removal. Necessary. This requires 1 to banish as well. And then the 1-ofs for the small ones. We play 1 Infernoid Entra. You get to bounce something. I play this one just in case. Like there's something that can't be destroyed, or just an annoying monster that my opponent has, and it's just better to bounce it out. I'll play this card. I used to not play the level 1 Infernoid Vice. I hope I pronounced that right. This one takes a set card your opponent controls and puts it back into the deck. But since back row is so prevalent today, I thought throwing him in as a 1-of was good and gives me another way to get rid of a back row with Trulia. So that's it for the small ones. Going on to the big ones. I don't play the level 5 or 6. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think they're that good. Next we play 3 copies of Infernoid Sight Semas. Sight Semas. This one banishes a card. Was it card or is it just or is it this monster? Let me see. Let me see if I'm stop. Yeah, it's this one card. So yeah, pretty much at the end of the battle phase. So, you have something that you can't get over. If your opponent has like a smaller monster, attack into that, and then at the end of the battle phase, get rid of the big monster your opponent controls. And the great thing about this one is that it's non-targetable banishment. So it's just, you get rid of it, there's not really a way to out this unless your opponent negates it, obviously. That's really the only way. So, yeah, Sight Summons. And then we play 3 copies of the Infernoid Atondel. This one can make another attack when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle. And so the limit is that you can have this and another Infernoid. Because again, with the Infernoid monsters, you cannot summon them when your total levels of your monsters are on your field are higher than level 8. Once he's level 8, you can grab another one. So that's it for the medium. Then we get to the high level ones, the big guys. We buy 2 copies of both. Infernoid Deviati and Unknownku. Deviati is the Heavy Storm, Unknownku is the Dark Hole, and then this one negates monster effects, and this one negates spell and trap effects. And all the Infernoids have the effect of tribute this card and banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. Oh, and also, when these guys negate the activations of those cards, they banish them instead, which is really nice. So that's it for the Infernoid lineup. I just have a couple more monsters. Red Sprinters to easily get a single monster out on board. You can normal this, special summon Decatron from your hand. Or Graveyard, which is why I'm playing multiples. You don't really need 3, because it's more of a mid to late game. I mean, it could be used from early, that it's also from hand, but I think you really like bringing it from the graveyard better. Well, it's another Fiend Fire monster, so. This card can recycle your Decatron, so pretty much, opponent declares an attack, you can ditch this. Target that Fire Fiend monster, add it to your hand. The other effect is not relevant, so you can recycle it and summon it back. So yeah, you gotta be able to bring back your Decatron. So yeah, that's it for the monster lineup. Like how it is. Next we're gonna go with 3 copies of Void Seer. The card is absolutely amazing. It's a staple at 3. Protects your Infernoid monsters. Void Management. This is one of the cards I'm talking about where I don't play, the Light Sworn monsters and whatnot. You can discard 1 card and add 1 Void Spell Trap card from your deck to your hand. It's a continuous spell, so you can activate as much as you want to each turn. You get a search pretty much every turn. You just get locked to Infernoid monsters, so it's... If you know you're not going to summon an Infernoid monster, then don't activate it, but it's nice. You can get an Infernoid monster in the graveyard and you grab... There's a lot of great void spell trap cards. So since it's a searcher, play it at 3. Void expansion, I mainly use this as a discard target for one of the traps, usually. But sometimes it comes up. Because the problem with it is, yeah, you can get tokens that you can use for Infernoid summons, and the tokens help protect your Infernoid monsters, because only then the tokens can be attacked and targeted for card effects. But it's so slow, you gotta wait each of your standby phase. And is the token really gonna survive? You know? So it's just too slow. But there was one of the traps that required you to send a void spell trap card to activate the effect, so the main field spot I usually play is Gates of Dark World. It's nice to give your Inferno monsters a boost. If you have like a dead Inferno monster in your graveyard, you can banish that, ditch another one that you want that's better, and draw a card. Usually, when you have the smaller guys like Petrulia and Antra and whatnot, they can only be summoned from your hand. So what you can do is usually banish those, and say you have an unknown clue or something, like, because sometimes you don't really want many Inferno monsters in your hand. They get clunky and they just you can't summon them all in one turn. So if you really want to clear your hand, it's great, and it's draw power, so you be drawn to cards. So yeah, that's why I like Gates. 2 terraforming to search both of them. Void Imagination is the fusion spell. Pretty much if your opponent has monster from extra deck, you can use up to 6 more. Because Tierra is we really only use the 3 or more effect for Tierra. So the other ones don't really come up. One ofs, Rageki, board. Sorry. Reasoning, obviously in an Infernoid deck, so is Monster Gate. Burial, Infernoid deck, bring back your monsters. And Grass. I know it's a 50 card variant, but you only really need, you don't need to play 60 for this, honestly. You only just need, like, a few Infernoids in there during your first turn, so. That's it for the spells, traps. The free Eye of the Void. This card is absolutely amazing. It's special summon any Infernoid monster from your hand and only in summoning conditions. Its effects are negated until the end of this turn. That's no problem because only 2 of them have summon effects, and those are the big guys. All the other ones effects can be used at any time. And when you go into this, it's a big time Infernoid. You're getting a free Infernoid. It's fine. Like, really, it's never really going to be a problem having your effects be negated. It's only for 1 turn. So you last a turn with an Onku or a Vanny, get a big guy, and then you'll still be able to negate effects next turn. Yeah, you won't get the Heavy Storm or Dark Hole, but those are only for special cases. If this is like first turn, it doesn't really matter. Free Needle Bug, mill, get your Infernoids in your deck, and your Grave Artemis. Um, play this because if you don't get grass, then, you know, you don't get grass early enough. There's Oven Mill and Void Feast. This is the one where you ditch the Void spell trap card from your hand or face up in the field. Great card. So to summon up to 3 and 30 monsters from your deck whose total levels exactly equal it. This card is so great for link spamming and like Cinco summoning and whatnot, because you just get you could get a few of the little guys go into something. You could get free Decatron off of this. It's just there's so many great combinations you can do with this card. So that's why I find it worth the play, and that's it for the main deck. Extra deck, always personal preference, as you guys know that. This is the free extra deck monsters that you will be ditching off of with Infernoid Tiara's effect. We picked this one because if it's sent to the graveyard, blow up a card on the field. So you send 3 of these, you get to blow up 3 cards. It's an insane combo with Tiara. It's great. So yeah, Tiara is Onunku, Debiadia, and one or more of your any other one you want to use. So 2 of the big guys, the 2 big guys, and as much of other ones you want to use. So if you use 5, you do get the mill free, but you have enough milling. And then 8, yeah, it's good for recycling, but you have other cards to return your banished. So you don't need 5 or 8. And you know, you have, and with Void Imagination, it has to, your opponent has to have an extra deck monster on board. Not so hard, but still. It's just more useful to use free, you know. It's less materials and it has the best effect, clearly, out of the other ones. The only one, I find myself really only going into one most of the time, you know. Once you get one of these out, you probably be in a really good spot to win the game. Synchros, Catastor. If you really need to get over something, just it's not dark. You know, Armani's. It's prevents your opponent from using spell traps during when it attacks, which is great. So no Mirror Force, Black Rose, Board Wipe, Moonlight Rose bounces cards. Rionic bounces same thing, bounces threats. You can get a bunch of your Infernoid monsters in your graveyard that are clunky too, so it's a double win. Grueling Synchro, Protection, Omega, of course. The deck that banishes a lot. Scarlight, Red Dragon Archfiend, blows up your opponent's board as well. So yeah, multiple board wipes in the deck. You never know, guys. And Doolittle Chimera as the Link monster that we play. It boosts your Infernoid monsters and you can recycle your Decatron. You usually recycle that. You really won't grab another Infernoid unless it's a small guy that you need to summon. That's it for the extra deck. Side, always personal preference. Another one of these. It's good. You can, if I really need it. Gothic Cyclone, True Draco, Pendulums, Paleos, and whatnot. Foolish Burial, whichever one I need to ditch. Breakthrough Skill, even if I mill it off, it's still alive and it negates effects. Damn it, what? I have to say skip again. I'm sick of this. So yeah, it'll be like 19 to 2010. That's what I'll say. 3-dimensional barriers. Card's absolutely amazing in this deck. We do not have any XCs at all. And you rarely use the extra deck. Most of the time, you really only just go into Tierra. For evenly matched. Staple. And double lost win for beginning opponent's effects. And it's like Bloodful skill, you can bring it back easily if it gets milled off. So yeah, that is the deck, guys. Tell me what you think. Any card suggestions you have for me. I'm Destin Duelist, guys. I'm signing off now. Peace.